When you deploy, you give so much to the Army, you give so much to your soldiers, you invest so much time that you drain yourself. When I got out, I didn't know who I was anymore. I knew that I had some anger built up. I had some issues with my behavioral health, mental health, and my family gave me some indirect and direct communication with, you're not the same person you are now when you got out.
You can see a change in demeanor, you can see a change in facial expressions, and looking back at our pictures, you can see that. Our son, growing up, he always had every uniform his dad had, he had, but a smaller version. He had all the patches his dad had, you know, every time we see a veteran, the kids would walk up, shake their hand, and tell them thank you. You know, they salute the flag, all of that. But you can see the progression of the hardships, not just on his face, but on our kids as well.
And then it happens a year and a half, 2 years after, you know, that transition period. You're like, man, we were in a dark spot, and then now we're maybe seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. But it wasn't something that we planned or like, oh, I'm going to reinvent myself and this is going to be great. You don't ever admit that until usually it's too late. You're like, man, we got to figure something out. And that's where I think the Samaritan Center fits in, is the services they provide for us and for families is exactly what we need. And sometimes we don't admit that's what we need. But you know, the Samaritan Center staff is so unique that it's built of veterans and spouses. They've lived it, they have lived experience, and then when you meet an organization and staff that does that, then you're more open to say, hey, I need help. The Samaritan Center's been here 50 years, and I will tell you what makes them successful and unique than any other service provider that I'm aware of is their ability to be flexible and adapt and change to the needs of our clients. One of the things that they do on purpose is they hire veterans on their staff. They look for spouses with lived experience. And additionally, they also specifically spend time and money to train our staff on the military culture. And you can imagine over 50 years, the political environment's changed, the population demographics have changed, but the Samaritan Center realizes that, and they train their staff and select their staff to meet those needs.
They've been around for 50 years because they get it. They understand it. The staff have been where I've been. They've been where military spouses have been.
If you're looking to contribute to the Samaritan Center, look at the table next to you or behind you, and you're going to see a veteran sitting at it. 1 out of 3 have probably used the Samaritan Center when they were in need. You are supporting everyone that's ever served this country and are just having some challenges right now that they need help on, and the Samaritan Center is there to help them.
When people support the Samaritan Center, they support veterans like me who are trying to be the best version of themselves. A veteran, as a person going through transition out of the military and into, you know, everyday life, I wouldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't for organizations like the Samaritan Center.